Celebrating its 50th anniversary, the National Committee on U.S.-China Relations rings the closing bell at the New York Stock Exchange, a fitting location for a relationship largely built on a foundation of mutual economic interests. On Thursday, the committee handed out 2 Lifetime Achievement Awards to former U.S. Secretary of State Henry Kissinger and Maurice Greenberg, former CEO of insurance giant AIG.
The fundamental thing to keep in mind is that the peace and progress of the world depend on the ability of the United States and China to respect each other's core interests and to modify their core interests in order to make cooperation possible. If that does not happen, the tensions will multiply. The world will be divided between pro-Chinese and pro-American factions. And sooner or later, one of those tensions will get out of control.
The National Committee on U.S.-China Relations was established back in 1966, 6 years before Nixon's historic visit to China. Its goal was to create a better understanding between the two countries at a time when there was very little dialogue. At least not diplomatically. All of that changed, though, when Kissinger orchestrated a meeting between President Nixon and Chairman Mao Zedong in 1972, triggering a thawing of relations after a 25-year freeze. But with the election of Donald Trump, there are worries about the future of that relationship. Trump has vowed to label China a currency manipulator on his first day in office. He's also said he will hit Chinese imports with 45% tariffs. Greenberg, who was at the helm of AIG when it became one of the first foreign insurance companies given access to China, is advocating for a free trade agreement between the two nations.
I think we should have one that would benefit both countries, would solve a lot of problems, and both countries are big enough, obviously, to support a free trade agreement. It won't be easy to negotiate, but these things never are. It'll take time, but better understanding will flow from just the negotiations, and I would urge that the new administration here pursue that.
And there are other areas of tension, including the controversial phone call Trump accepted from the leader of Taiwan, which has raised concerns about Trump's commitment to the One China policy, which has been the bedrock of U.S.-China relations for decades. Trump's approach to diplomacy is rattling some countries.
The situation in which we find ourselves now is of historic magnitude, and it's of crucial importance that they start the right way and on the basis of respect for each other's fundamental concern.
Many in the diplomatic community acknowledge Trump's inexperience as a world leader, but come Inauguration Day in January, they hope he will take a measured approach to a vital relationship with China. Karina, New York.